Hello, this is Dylan Scott here. I'm doing my week 15, or chapter 15 hot topic. I found a pretty terrible article. I mean, terrible, but I mean sad. Sad. Um, this happened to a volunteer firefighter in, uh, I can't remember where exactly. Minnesota. A volunteer firefighter was dispatched to a car fire, or a two-car MVA and one car on fire. Um, he got on scene and found out that it was his 16-year-old son. Car was on fire, and his son was already had been life has already been ended at that point. Um, Another firefighter luckily stopped him before he got to the vehicle and saw for himself. But it is just an absolute horrible, horrible thing for someone to have to go through. The reason I picked this one is because we have a couple guys on our department that has been in similar situations. My shift commander, back in the late 90s, same things. This is when he was at a small volunteer department. He was the first on scene of a two-car MVA, and didn't even notice. But when he looked through the didn't even notice the vehicle at first. But when he went to go to the patient, it was his brother, and at that time he was already perished as well. I only talked to him a few times about this. He's not one that's going to talk about it a lot. He is a man he's a godly person. He believes in, he's a very devout Christian. So he has dealt with this issue with religion and, family and stuff. And he has actually turned his life for the better since that incident. He wasn't saying he was a bad person by any means, but he used to drink a little bit here and there, just like any other guy. Alcohol wasn't in play in this wreck, but now he doesn't drink. He's very devout to his family. He said it opened his eyes to a lot of different things and how important family is. And then another guy, this happened just a year and a half ago, maybe less than that. One of my good buddies at work, he's been my partner forever. There was a car wreck only a couple hundred yards outside of our district, and he even got the dispatch through his phone. Didn't even think about it, just put his phone down, saw it. Come to find out, it was his 16-year-old daughter that died in a car crash. He has been an absolute mess from it. So, I mean, a lot of us here, most of us are from Boone County. We went to the high school right here in Hebron. We work for the fire department in Hebron. Most of the guys right here are, hometown people. So a lot of times we know the people on these scenes and calls that we go on. I've had to deal with a couple. Thank God they've never been super, super close to me, or if they were a good friend of mine, there was nothing, no fatalities or no serious injuries. But it's that chance. And departments need to be sure to be ready for that. The administration, any minute, it still scares the hell out of me that I get my dispatch on my phone, and one of these days I'm gonna look down and it's gonna be my grandfather's address, my mom's address, my aunt, my uncle, cousins, whoever. So hope to God that it's never one of our own at all, or anybody, but especially one of our own. So I think our department would be ready. We have a really good administration. My assistant chief, he's one of those guys that you could call any time of night. If you ever have a bad run and 3 o'clock in the morning, it wakes you up and you want to talk to somebody about it, he's there. They're very good about getting us the help we need with business health. If we want to go talk to a psychiatrist or consultant or anybody, it's a horrible thing, but that PTSD is a real thing. Guys, we all kind of joke about it. Or say we're too tough for it or whatever, but it's real. Unfortunately, we just had a guy this past board meeting will no longer be working with us. He was in the military and had some bad runs, with all in a very short time period and wasn't able to recoup from it. So he is now on disability for PTSD. It's a real thing. Um, so I just hope that the fire service continues to recognize this issue, that we continue to go out and help and reach these guys. See some warning signs. Make sure you say something to somebody. If you're feeling, a little bit of stress or whatever, go talk to your buddy, lieutenant, your chief, or your business health, or whoever it may be. So, all right, guys. Hope you have a good night. Thanks.